Welcome back to the Zephyr Wellness YouTube channel. My name's Jake and I'm your host as always. Today I'm out here on a cold December day in the middle of the Nevada desert to talk about challenging yourself. Now, I'm not necessarily challenging myself by standing out here in the cold, but I am challenging myself to try to do new locations with these videos to try to shake it up a little bit. The office gets a little boring and the backyard can get a little redundant too. Why is it important to challenge oneself? Well, to grow. If you talk to any person who studies development of any kind, whether it be spiritual development, moral development, biological development, like, plants growing and so forth, human development, psychological development, any development, what they'll tell you is, in order to grow, you have to go into what's called disequilibrium. Now, disequilibrium is just a fancy phrase for saying uncomfortable. I'm pretty comfortable right here standing on 2 feet, but if I want to move back to my car and then go back to the office, I have to move from this very comfortable, predictable position and put one foot in front of the other. If you've watched any toddlers learning how to walk, it's very uncomfortable. They go from equilibrium of standing still to disequilibrium of picking one foot up and putting it back down in order to walk. After a while, walking even gets easy. And then it comes to running, and then it goes to jumping and so forth. Similarly, when we challenge ourselves psychologically, spiritually, morally, or any other way, what we do is we have to push out of our comfort zones and into disequilibrium or discomfort in order to grow. Because after we push through that uncomfortable position or area, we'll land in a new equilibrium. The more and more we practice that, the better and better we'll get at it. There's an old adage that says practice makes perfect. Somebody came along and then said practice makes permanent. And I would actually challenge that, because I don't think that anything is permanent. I would say practice makes predictable, because if you practice something over and over again, it becomes very familiar, very consistent, and very comfortable. But that's not necessarily good. And if you ask anybody who comes into the therapy office what they want to change, it's usually an old pattern or habit. If we believed that they were permanent, I would be out of a job and my profession would cease to exist. So nothing is permanent. Everything can be changed if you work at it, but you got to have the awareness and you got to have the courage to challenge yourself and get out of that comfort zone. If you want to learn more about this stuff, please check out zephyrwellness.org. You can keep watching these YouTube videos or check out nogginnotes.com. Download the Noggin Notes app, listen to the Noggin Notes podcast. There's a guy on there who has a voice very much like mine and sounds a lot like me. May even be me, who knows? But you'll learn more about this type of stuff. Thanks for tuning in, as always, and on behalf of the Zephyr Wellness team, I'm Jake Wiskerson, and I wish you great mental health.